When the woman woke up, she found herself trapped inside a sealed shipping container. Half of her body was already submerged in cold seawater. She looked through a small hole in the container, but all she could see was the endless ocean stretching in every direction. Meanwhile, water kept pouring in through the hole. Suddenly, she remembered that her phone was still with her. It even had battery power and a network signal. Unfortunately, the screen was shattered, making it impossible for her to unlock it. Desperate for a solution, she began searching the container for anything useful. Luckily, she found a roll of yellow tape and a toolbox. She quickly sealed the hole with the tape, slowing the flow of water entering the container. Next, she stacked several wooden crates together to create a makeshift platform so she wouldn't have to stand in the freezing water all the time. That night, the container suddenly began shaking violently. A massive whale had approached and was repeatedly slamming against the water nearby. The impact rocked the container so hard that the woman lost consciousness. When she finally regained consciousness, she discovered that the tape had come loose and water was once again rushing into the container. Just then, she noticed the rubber seal from a plastic storage box. Using a knife, she removed the seal and wedged it into the hole. This successfully stopped the leak. While searching through the toolbox, she found a pipe. She pushed it through an opening and used the plastic container to scoop and drain water back into the ocean. To monitor the situation, she placed a tape marker on the wall to track the water level. After a while, hunger set in. She pulled out the last piece of bread and the remaining bottle of water from her bag and ate them. However, her supplies ran out quickly. She began losing hope. Then, out of nowhere, she heard the horn of a ship. She screamed for help as loudly as she could, but the vessel was too far away to hear her. That's when she realized that nobody would ever spot her unless she could get above the container. Determined to survive, she grabbed a power drill from the toolbox and started drilling through the metal wall. She worked tirelessly all day long, but eventually the drill's battery died. Exhausted and discouraged, she sat down as darkness fell. Later that night, a heavy rainstorm arrived. She collected rainwater in the plastic container and used it to stay alive. Then she discovered a rope. Using it, she tried to pull open the metal panel attached to the top of the container. After countless attempts, one corner of the panel finally came loose. At that exact moment, she heard another ship's horn in the distance. Memories of her husband's betrayal and the betrayal of her friends suddenly rushed through her mind. The anger and determination gave her a new surge of strength. With one final effort, she managed to tear the metal panel completely open. She climbed onto the top of the container and began screaming and waving desperately toward the ship. But what happens next? Will the crew hear her cries for help? Will the ship spot her before it's too late? And most importantly, will she survive?